For those that are new, I am Kale the Quick, and joining me this week to help us play a game, we have Surrealism. Go ahead, say hi.
Hello.
And we also have Caldwell here with us as well.
Hello.
And we also have Dionin.
Hey.
We're going to be using the Pathfinder rules, and we're going to be using Aegis Online to get this all taken care of. Our characters are all members of the Imperial military or other Imperial organizations. There's a large empire in this world. And they have all been summoned by the Emperor, the aristocracy, the Admiralty, other high-level people, to the Imperial Capital. And they're going to go on an expedition. But before they do, they need to spend a few nights in the Imperial Capital before they leave. So, you've just gotten off the boat, the transport ship over here. And now I'm going to give you each your miniature. So Herrick, you should be able to select your miniature and also change your colors, double check to make sure all of your stats have been set up properly, and change your name to something as well. Well, shit, dude.
How do I make them walk as opposed to just pick them up and move them?
Right click, select move, then click onto the destination you want.
Yep.
Ah.
There we go.
Awesome.
As you get off, in front of you, you see your old friend, Captain Holly Ilix, a ship commander in the Imperial Navy. Why don't you go walk up to and greet your friend?
Very well.
The perception mechanic is kind of tripping me out a little.
Yeah.
I'm seeing stuff through walls.
Jeremiah,
Alright.
turn off your mage sight.
Never.
See everything.
First of all, I can't. Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? I'd heard you made captain, but I didn't expect you to wear the uniform so well.
I'm so glad you guys could make it here on such short notice. I had to actually throw together a crew for the ship that I'm being given, and we're actually having the commissioning ceremony for the ship today. We've done a shakedown cruise, but the last of the officers for the officers' crew are arriving today, and that includes you. Well, we actually have another ceremony to get to, so let's walk over to the center here.
Eric follows, pathfinding decently.
Think about it.
Well, she outranks him. If you can move through him, that's how it works.
I'm pretty sure.
Just like chess.
And other MMOs. Oh,
Yes, and other MMOs. Chess
setting
is
is very
different in this
different,
world.
really.
So you all are into the palace courtyard area, and the gigantic red person with nice white boots is the Emperor of the Empire, as played by Christopher Walken. Yes.
What level of perception do you need to notice he wore red to hide bloodstains? We all
So,
know he's been in a fight recently. We read his blog.
just got to the corner of God Street when a young ruffian was there playing jacks. I ended him thusly with a pommel.
Dear Internet, today I reinstated the council and then disbanded them. It brought me great joy.
No matter how many times I do it, they are always surprised.
I wait for them
everyone-
to sit down. It's great. My friends, you are in the presence of His Majesty the Emperor of the Ataxian Empire. And you've just come in time for a ceremony. We have Captain Holly Ilix from the Seven Sons region of the Empire, Tilward Laniar from
Oh,
House
God.
Laniar.
Arms.
Yes, his ears droop down. Oh my God, so you're making a break for it. What the fuck?
Don't pay attention.
Rhea,
I'm
no.
just trying to turn myself around
The-
and get the right shot to come direct.
It is then that Rhea was struck down by lightning. And finally, in our line, we have the greenskin amongst us. Captain Cruiser. Totally wrote down his first name somewhere. Don't remember. But it doesn't matter. The Emperor says, I've gathered you here today because you will all be sent out on an expedition in my finest, newest ships in the Navy. And every expedition needs a commander. Captain Crozier, please step forward, and Captain Crozier does, kneeling before, of course, our great Emperor. And the Emperor, from nowhere, because he can do that, pulls out traditional admiral's cap.
The bicorn.
Yeah, the bicorn hat, thank you. He places it upon Captain Crozier's head, and he says, now rise, an admiral, a leader of ships. Captain Crozier rises, see the faintest hint of a tear emotion on his eye as he rises, and he stands taller, prouder than he did before. And my friends, you have just seen the first orcish person promoted to the rank of admiral in the Empire's history. Emperor Walken, who I forgot to give myself permission to move.
No, that's...
He outranks you, man. You can't do it.
Honestly, I'm half expecting partway through this session for him to just glitch out of existence because he's done. He doesn't want to be here anymore.
You all have bored me. Goodbye. So now you are standing in the port district, as you can tell by the crates and barrels of fuel, and the gigantic uncommissioned Imperial ship in front of you, which you should be able to see.
You've been spending your time on these days? Jeez.
No, shut up. It's not why nothing else has any polish on it. Alright, so the Emperor pulls out a bottle of champagne, but I'm not going to simulate it right here. And then using some spell that, Jeremiah, you don't even notice that. You know a shit ton about magic. The champagne bottle lifts and then flings itself at the ship. Emperor Walken turns back over to Holly and he produces a scepter and he says, Captain Ilix, I have commissioned the latest ship in my navy. It is a cruiser of the highest pedigree, and I need one who I can trust to captain it, and gives the scepter to Holly. Holly accepts, kneels, does a little bow kind of thing, but not a traditional European feminine bow. She is in uniform. So she accepts the scepter, and on top of the ship, which again I didn't 3D model this, but if you just imagine somewhere near the front here, a gigantic armored creature stands and salutes. And then Holly returns the salute with the scepter, and the large armored creature sits back down on top of the ship.
I always cry at attunement ceremonies.
It's beautiful. Think about it. Don't think about it too hard, though. All right. And with that, Emperor Walken just disappears. He's done. Holly says, or comes up to you after the ceremony, which, pretend just went on longer and was fancier, says, hey, so yes, this is my new ship. It is the ISC, Imperial Sky Cruiser Spyglass.
All right,
Oh, cool, the name updates in real time.
Can I roll to project smugness?
Yeah.
I am going to overpower your smugness with my humbleness.
Circumstance bonus for being next to the cruiser I helped build.
God damn it. I want to say, I roll for smugness, I roll to counter smugness with humbleness is a typical sorcerer paladin exchange.
I think you mean wizard.
Wizard. I'll not hear this slander against my character, sir.
Oh no, people know that you are a sorcerer. Now, I didn't cover it when we were walking in because there are a bunch of other problems and I forgot. When you got off the boat, there's a law here on the Imperial Capital that sorcerers need to be marked, and they also need to wear a thick collar that prevents them from using magic. And you have one of these collars on you now.
Give me a minute. I need to rethink how my character is going to act because I was supposed to be secretly a sorcerer and not actually a sorcerer. Sorcerers need to be restrained. They're not safe. Like, imagine someone was born with an explosive device of unknown power inside of them.
Yes.
There's a reason I surround myself with wizards.
All right. So for the rest of the exploring the Imperial Capital shtick, please try to just use the move command. I got you, and don't move too far, too fast to try and prevent that error where you walk off into infinity, and then I have to delete everything. So now it's a little bit more freeform. You can walk around and talk to people. Holly is actually going to go over here and talk to this yellow person. What do you do? I could
Did
go
you
off
actually
any
write
minute.
a little invoice on all these crates?
Yeah.
I'm trying to read the text. Nah, I can't.
You can read the stuff on the barrels.
Tell me it's at least the same invoice on all of them.
Danger, do not touch. Oh, Petrichor. It's the font that... It's the font German characters talk in comics. Well, we're about to leave the Empire for parts unknown. what should we do with our last few days in the homeland?
Well, I've been locked away for a few years now, so I'm gonna find a cat house. But that's gonna take up maybe half an hour tops. I mean,
Rhea, what are you going to be doing?
I'm definitely snacking at the buffet table.
I've been rating that pretty hard.
Yeah. All right. So this would be a good moment for me to fix a problem, because of course this is a thing in the making. So
There's a sign before we go into the Imperial City that says this is a beta build. Thank you, our Patreon backers. What does that mean?
well, I'm glad you asked. Thank you. Do you see Brandon, named Brandon?
Yes, Brandon-Wizard.
Fantastic. So yes, you actually see Brandon, someone from your previous work on this fantastic ship you see before you, talking to Tilward Laniar. And Tilward, of course, has got his nose high in the air, looking down on this orcish greenskin fellow. And
I'm gonna confound it by walking over there.
All right.
Collar and all, I guess.
Oh shit. He is actually talking to Tilward about another engine design. So while he was over there, he came up and had a bunch of other ideas for all kinds of little things, but we were all focused on making the much larger engines for ships, such as the spyglass you see before you. And he's actually going on about much smaller engines. Brandon made a little demo and made a craft the size of a barrel, like the barrels of fuel you see on the other side of the port. He made something that big fly using a tiny little engine prototype he had. Nobody paid it any heed at the moment. And he's apparently been able to create and get some prototypes that have been personally financed by his family, his noble house. He nods to you, Jeremiah, and then just kind of looks at Brandon and walks away. He says, "Man, that guy is so annoying. How does anybody stand to work under him all the time?"
No, does he practice that voice?
I
can't imagine how he'd stand it.
I think he
but
does.
That can't just happen by accident.
It takes effort to be that annoyed.
So are you going to be shipping out with one of these craft, or are you just here for the dedication ceremony?
He says, "Oh, I was just here for the ceremony. They don't think I would be a very good fit out on the long trip there. I'm not as physically fit as some other people." Chit-chatting for a minute, talking about various types of candy bar. And Brandon, he says, "Well, hey, I'm actually, the next project I'm working on, we're working on taking all the technology we have here in the Dreadnought class." That's the first one made, was called the Dreadnought.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make it smaller and more cost efficient, because these things cost a pretty penny. Like, this is ridiculous. But yeah, we're going to be making a smaller version for a small Corvette-sized thing, so that the Empire can mass produce them and, keep the skies safe. All right, well, hey, it was great talking to you, Jeremiah. I hope to see you again when you come back from this expedition.
All right, guess we'll just take a walk then. You probably want to get to a higher rank, because you can't be seen associating with slums, so I'll just go through the market.
All right, so is that where you're going to go off to?
Yes.
All right, so as they're leaving, Holly comes over to you, Jeremiah. Jeremiah, can you help me with a little thing? I have my friends over here from the local, well, not local, but they actually traveled pretty far. They're from a druid enclave, and they brought a lot of fresh fruit and some little lemon trees for our trip. They're old friends of mine, and I was wondering if you could help Ingrior get those onto the ship for me.
I mean, fresh fruit, geez. What did you do for these guys?
Well, we've had a pretty exciting past.
Oh, I will get that story from you.
They were oranges. At this time of year, I assumed there was a catch.
Actually, Druid's actually giving up trees, okay? Did she individually save every member of a Druid coven or something?
So yeah, Holly walks over here to these couple of Druids here, and she introduced you to Ingrior Citria, who is a Druid, the citrus-colored one. And she bows in some Druidly fashion. I don't know, use your imagination.
Right. I'm picturing a hippie peace sign.
Man. After the short conversation, Ingrior just says that, hey, we don't actually need to help get them off the boat. It's just they came into the wrong port over on the market district because it was a shipment of stuff. And we didn't have the proper paperwork because we're a Druid enclave. We don't do most of the Imperial paperwork, you know. But yeah, so all you need to do is just go over to the market district sometime today, and you just need to sign off. So, Ingrior and Holly go walk off a little bit. Let me move them just one 5-foot step. And they go, talk and giggle and stuff, and which is weird coming from Holly. She casts a terrifying, like, 5.5-foot shadow. But then Leo looks and kind of nods at you and says, "Hey, how long have you been in the capital? Do you know your way around here?"
Not really. I just got out of a high security research lab, so I still need to have a look around. I'm guessing you don't get here a lot, since you appear to have a lion following you.
I'm actually here because I'm looking for someone. Yes, I'm looking for a rogue druid.
When you say rogue, do you mean like malicious criminal or someone who left the Enclave?
Well, he stole some of our sacred seeds from the Enclave and, well, left.
Okay.
And is presumably here in the capital. That's what the diviners told me, so I'm here looking for him. So if you see an Akaikos, he gives you a physical description that I'm not going to go into detail about, but now you know what Akaikos looks like.
Yeah, I will definitely keep an eye out for this guy. Rogue magic users, druidic or otherwise, definitely fall under my jurisdiction as a guild member.
Well, thank you for your help, and if you find anything, let me know. I'll be here or lost in the garden.
Do you know what he might be doing? Would he be trying to sell the sacred seeds or plant them?
He's either trying to sell them or he's trying to get transport somewhere else.
All right.
But again, if you see him or you get any tips, let me know. Rhea.
And I'll defer to you.
And Commander Herrick Blackwood. There's the bar right there. You can walk into it, just path through the door. It will not open. You'll just fly through it. That's fine.
That's the new model of magic door.
You're now in the barn. A couple of people on these tables here, and two fellows actually over here that you notice. There's, if you hover over them, there's Glendon, who's a Marine, actually under your command, Commander Herrick Blackwood, since you're the leader of the Marines on the ISS Spyglass, or ISC Spyglass, and Derek.
All right. I let Rhea know that I'm going to be going and checking in with Glendon and Derek.
All right. Thanks for your time, blah, blah, blah. I'm getting a drink.
All right, he detonates.
Said verbatim.
All right, you're now in Tasker's Ale House. All right, you've got 2 drunk points.
Okay. I'm going to talk to Golden Boy first.
All right.
I'll plop down with my drink.
Just pick yourself up and move yourself over there. It's fine. And, oh my god, no!
Did you start trying to walk off the island again?
No!
Alright, stop trying to move him.
Okay.
God damn it, now he's going under
somewhere he wants to be.
What should I do?
And into the mist.
Wow. This is the first character that's died that hasn't one of mine.
Oh man! Oh man! He doesn't have his...
Well, goodbye.
mist.
Look at he go.
Okay.
It looks like a guy committing suicide in one of those movies who just walks into the ocean.
So, we're watching the happenings right now, right?
Yep, he just leaves. He's fed up. I can't handle it. I need freedom.
I'm dealing with this shit right now.
Okay. The Emperor works in mysterious ways.
I don't know, man. I told him to walk over to the table, and he just walked in the other direction, ignoring all obstacles.
Yeah, so that was the bug. A known bug. So, don't worry about that.
Hey, can you,
No, I can't.
respawn my dude?
He's gone now.
I don't know. I think it makes the world more immersive. Random chance for death.
Which is sometimes people clip through walls and just drift off.
Yep.
Just want to die.
Call of the Mist. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to give the Marines a brief outline and ask if they have if they know enough about this place to guess where I might find someone.
Rhea, you notice that they were talking and he just shared the physical description of the person that you're all looking for. Somebody got up from a table and walked out very slowly and casually.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to kick open this door. You two are going to run in, neutralize everyone as quickly as you can while they're still surprised, and I will glue our target to the ground, and if that doesn't work, I will make him fall into a spiked pit.
Alright, I'll stabilize people when things don't go as planned.
Okay, yeah, hit him hard. Remember, these people are associated with a known rogue spellcaster. If we kill them, it's not that big of a deal.
Alright.
Not only will we not be, like, it's not a crime, you get a medal. So Leo comes over and sees the Kaikos, and he's like, "Hey, this is the dude. Do you have the seeds?"
Oh, good. I don't want to be charged for beating up another random guy.
I'm trying to move them, but I'm failing. So
Yeah,
yes, here,
you
have them.
don't have permission to move them, Rhea.
Well, then don't fucking give them to me if I can't move them.
They're just stuck on your foot like Thor's hammer.
God. Well, at least I can still walk.
You ever thought of what it's like to touch the ground? Okay, well he gets that, and he's like, "Oh my god, you guys, thank you. This is so good. Now I can execute this guy." Leo gives you guys 3,000 gold points and 3 special little tokens that he says if you crack these and then throw them on the ground, it will summon a lion that can fight with you. And there are 3 of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lion's door.
Oh god.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna go over to Dio.
Yes.
All right, make a perception check.
Oh shit. All right. No. That would be a 9? No, 8.
All right. Somebody taps you on the shoulder, and you turn around, and your sister is there.
Whoa! Hey! Whoa! Didn't notice you. I
Didn't even know I had a sister.
didn't notice you for I'm gonna say 20 years.
So long.
She's the middle child, isn't she?
Yeah. Yes. So she comes up to you. You talk and catch up for a minute, and it's all kind of very solemn. And in the end, she hands you, wrapped in cloth, an item to you. And she says a little prayer that ends with, "The god's flame never fades," and hands it to you.
I'll take a look at it, not fully open it, just kind of peel back some of the wrapping and see if I recognize it.
All right, so you peel back the wrapping, and the item that she gave you, the family heirloom, is actually what you need as a holy symbol. Previously in your life, you didn't have a holy symbol. You don't know that you're a paladin.
Solemnly take it, crying very masculine Armstrong tears.
Yeah, beautiful.
My dear sister, I don't know what to say in this moment.
Yes. And she says, just stay safe and remember, the god's flame never fades.
Family motto.
Kind of.
It is now.